self-determination, again, is very, very clearly wording that the Palestinians asked us to include. Overall, we believe it is a balanced resolution. We recognise the State of Israel, and today we are balancing that with the recognition or support for recognition of the State of Palestine. So lastly, what is the real importance of this? Not the text and interpretations of the text, but the politics of it. The fact that there is a new and different change of direction with a vote for statehood. This is something that's not been tried before, and it is intended to kickstart the peace process, to provide new impetus, to try and make progress where that's been frustrated and failed in the past. It is building on what has swept through different parliaments in the member states, in many of the member states, and some still to come. But it puts a specific European imprint on that because we call for a European common position. And I think that that is an extremely notable part of this resolution, something that we hope will strengthen the hand of Federica Mogherini, who, by the way, was also intensively briefed at all stages about the resolution, though, of course, did not interfere in the parliamentary processes. This is a notable resolution in that it will guide European action, we hope, in the United Nations, with the news today that the expected bid by the Palestinians to try and take this call for global recognition with a timetable into the UN Security Council is going ahead, we understand. And my group, our group, Gianni's, under Gianni's leadership, is hopeful that the strength of the vote today will send a signal to EU foreign ministers that they should try and do everything possible to seek a wording in the UN which will enable them to vote yes. But the final significance of this vote is the size of the majority. Nearly 500 votes and fewer than 100 against. And there are many cynics in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict who say nothing will ever change and will always have suspicions about the motives of the other side. We've risen above that in this Parliament, and we've forged an agreement that we believe sends the right signal, that leads by example, and is a signal for peace.
Thank you. Victor BOŞTINARU.
Thank you very much. I will start by saying that the today result on our initiative, the resolution on the recognition of the Palestinian statehood, is not a spontaneous decision, but it is the result of a strategy our group and group leadership decided to launch since July, just after the European elections. I will recall that we had 2 visits of our group in Israel and Palestine with Gianni PITTELLA, myself and other colleagues, another PS group, another PS delegation visiting both Israel and Palestine. And then last week we had Nabil Schatz coming to sign a partnership agreement with our sister party Fatah. And this will continuously happen with the Israeli Labour Party, which will probably join us in January to sign the partnership agreement, and then Meretz. So we first decided to institutionalize the relations between our group and our sister parties, because there is no possibility to advance for peace without having institutional relations with our sister parties. The second, we decided to do more than that. Now we are considering very much the possibility, after the Israeli early elections, to organize an event on the peace process with the representatives from Fatah and the Labour Party in Brussels, but in a moment to be decided after substantive consultations. And finally, we decided to work also on the whole region, and for that reason we intensify very much our relations with important regional players like Egypt. We will do soon with Tunisia, Algeria and Morocco, in a way to allow us first to better understand the problems which are confronting now the region, what role can be played by regional actors like the ones I mentioned before, and how the European Union can contribute to further stabilize the region, and what lessons should we learn out of the very many crises we had in order to stabilize the region, to fight the radical Islam and terrorism, and to make sure that there will be no further radicalization of the region. These are our key points for the Middle East in general and for the peace process in particular. And for this to happen in a coordinated and effective manner, we shall continuously strengthen the cooperation with PES and our sister parties in our member states, and we shall institutionally coordinate our steps with the High Representative in a way Europe to speak, if not one single voice, but in a coordinated and coherent manner to get results which are important, equally important, not only for us, but for the whole region. When myself and Gianni in Jerusalem and Ramallah, we spoke about Europe to change from pair to player, some people consider this just another joke or playing with words. We want to make it real and effective, and this will be one important contribution of our socialist and democratic groups for the stability of the region, which is strategically important for our union. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from your side? Yes.
Vorrei chiedere al Presidente Pittella se avete già avuto dei contatti con l'alto rappresentante Federica Mogherini per passare, diciamo, alla fase più politica e coinvolgere gli Stati in questa successiva azione.
Ma con la Federica Mogherini, come è stato già ricordato sia da Bostinaru che da HOWITT, noi abbiamo ottenuto costantemente un contatto per seguire tutta l'evoluzione del compromesso di risoluzione a cui siamo arrivati e anche grazie ai suoi consigli noi siamo riusciti a trovare un punto di equilibrio importante che sarà un punto di forza per lei nell'azione che la Mogherini dovrà fare, sta già facendo. Una risoluzione del Parlamento europeo con un voto così largo sarà un punto di grande forza e di grande supporto.
Okay. Any other questions? Then thank you very much and have a good rest of the day.